Woo. Salute, 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 salute. Welcome to BANGnACES Live and Direct Sport Commentary Live with your host, Bang. Man, the NBA, NHL has been really exciting, enigmatic, intensified on all fronts. But right now, we need to talk about the NBA Finals. Celtics versus the Warriors out in San Francisco. Game 1. Now, I gotta say this because, I have my doubts. I made whatever statements about the Celtics being the favorite team against the Warriors. I still, in my heart, don't believe that they should be the favorite team against the Warriors. I'm sorry. They're not the more proven team. I believe the more proven team, the better team, you know what I mean? Is the Warriors. Easy, no hands down. Boston hasn't proven anything still to date. But, however, Game 1 in in San Fran, in the Warriors building, the Game 1 KO of the Warriors and the People's champion pick, the Boston Celtics, steals Game 1 on the opponent's floor, on the opposition's floor. You can't ask for it to be no other way. You only had to go with the expectation of trying to steal one of the two. And you got the first one in a bag. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Steph Curry, 21 first quarter points, 35 for the game. So he scored 14 more points for the rest of the game after the first quarter. 21 first quarter points, 14 the rest of the way. So in 3 more quarters, he scored less than 7 points. That is unacceptable, Steph. Not when you're on fire like you was on fire at halftime. They had y'all was down 2. And they had your name up on the top. You had record-setting, on your way to a record-setting day. And you end the game with 35 points in an L on your floor as the superstar trying to get an MVP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh is all I can say. Uh-oh is all I can say. Really emphatic fourth quarter. And what the WTF moment for the Celtics. They end the game on a 3-point shooting barrage. I think they only missed two shots. They hit 10 3-pointers, bro. 8 or 10 or 12 or something like that. Crazy. They scored 48 points in the fourth quarter. 48 points in the fourth quarter. They didn't play that well all game. And then in the fourth quarter, when they supposed to be at their most tiredest moment, they start raining threes. Now, that's the MO of the Warriors. And they got hit with their own MO last night. Warriors couldn't do anything. They couldn't play better defense late in the game. And they looked lost with 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go. They couldn't believe the lead had ballooned up to 10 points, 15 points. Okay, they couldn't do anything to bring it back down. It was a total role reversal. Total role reversal. What happened to the Warriors? What happened to y'all seasoned experience? Y'all known for going to sleep offensively. And I had this debate with my dad, who told me prior to the series beginning that the Celtics are the better team. They played a better team ball. And the Warriors like to go to sleep. They have lackadaisical moments. And it might get them in trouble. Hence, game one, it got them in trouble right away. By the way, where was Draymond Green? By the way, where was Klay Thompson? I seen him hit a couple of shots out there, but not looking like that third premier scorer, that second premier scorer. Draymond Green looked very average. I told y'all, if he's not scoring more than 10, 11 points, then he's a waste of body out there. He plays too many minutes. He got to grab his 11 boards. He got to dish his 10 assists. He should be averaging a triple-double easy. If he made himself score early, if he scored a little earlier in the box and becomes a person that the defense would have to take into mind, then he could go back to how he's playing right now. Because I get what Draymond doing. He likes to set up the plays. The thing about it, he get lost in setting up, and he forgets to show himself. He's very, really important. He's really important to the scoring system on this team. He rebounds the ball. He passes the ball. He scores 6 points. Give him 3 more shots. If he's hitting them, give him 4 or 5. I remember the days when Draymond knew he had to score 18 points, 20 points to win. And I get it, over the years, your roles change. But right now, that team, the core team that you are, all that stuff you talking about, KD, you need to get in the game, bro. Ball out. Your veteranism is needed. I don't know where is Draymond? Where is Klay? I see Jordan Poole trying, but where are you? He seems to have died down. 9 points. 30-plus minutes. Nah. But that's that Boston defense. So salute to the Boston Celtics and their defense. The Warriors went to sleep offensively at the worst moment in the game. Fourth quarter. Now Curry can't hit a shot. These guys can't line nothing up. They went to sleep at the worst time. It was kind of done perfectly by Udoka, the coach. The adjustments coming into play at the right time. The switching, he started doing certain things at the right time. Fourth quarter, last 6 minutes in the game. So salute to Boston, man. It's a hell of a game. Hell of a game. First game. This was a steal and a disastrous loss for the Warriors. Disastrous. To lose this game when you should have had it in the bag, but that's just it. You never had it in the bag. You went into the half down 2 points. And I know you're used to this because I like to beat up on teams in the third and fourth quarter. But it looks like Boston kept a gear down. And let me say, Tatum didn't have a great game. He had a horrible game. I don't know what you media guys are talking about. Tatum looked horrible, and you guys need to say that. But I guess in a win, you guys don't want to be honest. You know what I mean? 13 assists. But let's say why he got those assists. Jaylen Brown was hitting his shot. Al Horford was hitting his shot. Okay? They came to save the day. And they not getting the same respect y'all trying to give Jason Tatum. And I'll explain more in a minute. Okay? Tatum is a remarkable player, has had a great playoff. Deserved the MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals for that series there. But let me tell you, that's with all the hoopla and rave of the media. But I remember there was a game where he only scored 10 points. You guys talked about Jimmy Butler's only scoring 9 points. But I remember a game against the Heat where Tatum only scored 10 points. I remember a game against the Nets where Tatum struggled. I remember a game, who was after the Nets? Philly. I remember a game, Tatum disappearing. And they get W's. They could win without him. That's what's so amazing to me. But let's talk about why they winning without him. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that consistent player over there. First name starts with a J. Last name starts with a B. Jaylen Brown's been the most consistent player in the fourth quarter. In this playoffs. Every game. That's his quarter where he releases. But he's been a silent assassin. Like, everybody know he's there. Everybody know he's there. He had a couple of bad shooting games. But he could drive the hole. And he's hitting his shot. When he's hitting his shot, he's dangerous. He's had over 20 points in every game, almost. I think he had 1 or 2 games where he didn't have a good game. But he's been consistent. And nobody's talking about him. And he's very much the reason. His leadership last night is very much the reason why they was able to complete that comeback and take over the game. Him and Al Horford, that duo. Team game, though. Marcus Smart coming off the bench, hitting some big shots in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? What's his name? Marcus Smart coming off the bench. Derek White maintained scoring offenses for the Boston Celtics when everybody was struggling, so that the lead wouldn't balloon to over 20 points. Derek White was hitting some shots. And Boston needs to think about implementing him into the offensive scheme. He shot really well yesterday. He's been playing well. Since he came back from the birth of his child, he gets in these games, he gives you positive, great minutes, plus minutes. Okay? I said that, lost Warriors, they were... This was a disastrous loss for the Warriors. They were cruising all game. 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And I don't know what happened. Curry should have been allowed to step on the Celtics' throats earlier. With 30 points within the third 3 quarters. Instead, he was benched. And the Celtics seemed to have went ballistic. That's when they started their little 3-point shootout. They was having a 3-point shootout all game. They was trying to match 3-pointers, and that got them in trouble early. And then they got into their game and got into their rhythm, and they start hitting those 3-pointers. And the Warriors couldn't match their 3-pointers. They shot over 20-something 3-pointers, close to 30 3-pointers. Jaylen Brown, as we was just talking about, was great. He had 10 fourth-quarter points, 5 assists, a couple of rebounds. He seen that Tatum just didn't have it. Tatum looked nasty last night. He missed wide open shots. He missed a lot, man. I'll tell you this, Tatum looks really Kobe-esque. Kobe-esque. His moves, his game, his dribble, he's concentrating. Tatum looked to seem to be overthinking things, not knowing when to pass, when to drive, when to stop, pop, and shoot. Like, you're thinking about it too much. Just play, let it flow. You play better when you let it flow, as we all do. But you gotta just let it flow, Tatum. But while Tatum was out of it, Jaylen Brown seemed to have took notice of it, had like 14 points by the end of the third, and he goes off in the fourth quarter. Goes off. Al Horford helps him, and they start their comeback. Jaylen Brown went for his, elevating his game after Tatum's abysmal shooting night. Tatum looked to be overthinking it. He looked to be overthinking it. Like I said, everything last night was indecisive with his drives, passing, and shooting. Though he had 13 assists. Salute. You know, but y'all not going to get me to rave about Tatum because he had 13 assists. He played 42 minutes. He had 10 points. Like, come on, guys. Let's be real. 13 assists is good, though. I would like to know what his plus minus was. I didn't really write that down today, but I'll look at it and we'll get back on that later when I do the next video. Tatum did manage to dole out 13 assists to help his teammates. And partner in crime, Jaylen Brown. And veteran Al Horford. Man, he played in that Milwaukee Bucks series. He played his butt off. But he's been fairly quiet. He kind of went back down to average ball play. But he stepped out into his little spectrum last night. 3-point barrage in the fourth quarter. Al Horford looked to be arguably, unguardable in the corner, in the wing. He was unguardable. And I'm just surprised that no Warriors went out there to try and move him off the spot. He just stayed out there, kept shooting and smacking him. The drive dishes, he was just waiting for them, and nobody made the adjustment. They was giving him that shot, and he beat you. Him and Jaylen Brown beat you with that shot. The Warriors had no answer, no adjustments for the vet. Jaylen Brown led the squad in the fourth quarter, and is the biggest story for me. He's just the biggest story for me today. We've given Tatum his flowers anytime he scored 30 points or more. But last night, they were losing by 15. And Jaylen Brown sucked it up. I'll give it to Tatum. He stayed on the court, though he was shooting bad. And he did other things, played defense, mediocre, and but some key defensive plays late in the game, and what else? And those dishes, 13 dishes. But he is not the story today. He is not the story today. Don't talk to me about Tatum. Don't be wowed by Tatum, because he's not. Yesterday was nothing to be wowed about. Let's talk about turnovers. When you match his turnovers, you match them turnovers to them assists and those missed shots. Wide open missed shots. Come on, bro. He's nothing to be talked about. And I would rather y'all criticize him so he know what he have to do. Y'all coax him. Oh, he's a superstar. He'll be better. How about let's give flowers to Andrew Wiggins? Let's give flowers to Andrew Wiggins. Let's give flowers to, I think I seen Curry guarding Tatum a couple of times. That was weird to me. But he still wasn't hitting the shot, so he was getting away with that. Jaylen Brown led the squad, though, and is the biggest story. For the first time, I seen Brown assertion and control. Also, his fluidity and flow. 20 of his points. 20 points of 48 in the quarter was Brown. 20 points of the 48. Brown scored it. All right. So the media is harping on Tatum's 13 assists. Good feat. But on a great scoring night, he should still be able to score 10 assists. With a player like Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and all that, he should be averaging triple-double. But, we don't want to be greedy, right? We don't want to be greedy. And to win it, but y'all trying to compare him to LeBron and KD. Let's remember this. In the same allotted minutes, y'all trying to compare him to LeBron and AD. So I want the criticism that y'all give LeBron and AD, okay? And any other superstar, if y'all gonna eclipse him into superstardom and beat him, he is a superstar. Make no mistake about it. And he's a great guy. My thing is, let him earn it. Y'all raving about him, and if he don't do it, y'all gonna lash him. Then y'all gonna be all this, oh, he let us down, he did this, he did that. No. Let them earn it. Let them do it first. Let them wow us first. Okay? And Boston as a team wowed us yesterday. Not Tatum. So, Tatum's 13 assists and the win is on his 3 shots made on the whole night, okay? And so many misses. Within 42 minutes, Tatum was horrid. Outside, 13 assists. Defense was mediocre, but somehow the media, and these are all y'all platforms. I've seen everybody bring up his name multiple times while y'all sit down, and it's cool, but he's not the guy to talk about. Put him on the shelf for today. Say he didn't have a good game and put him on the shelf. Highlight the stars. Highlight the rest of those starting Celtics over there that held it down without him. Highlight that. Highlight that they was able to recognize that Tatum wasn't going to do it for them, and they picked it up for him, which I honor that. That's team ball. Somehow the media wants to spin in Tatum's favor, spin the story in Tatum's favor. And the story today, my friends, is Al Horford, the vet, and Jaylen Brown. The duo in the fourth quarter, their sense of urgency, their leadership, their everything, the big shot after big shot, and stop after stop, they did it. Jaylen Brown ended the game with 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Brown outplayed Klay Thompson easily in game 1. He outplayed Klay Thompson. Let's see. He outplayed Klay Thompson, Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and the rest, and a few others on that team in the minutes he had. Al Horford had 26, 6, and 3, outplaying a lot of those players as well. Totally outplaying Draymond Green. Totally outplaying Draymond Green. You got to step it up, Draymond. You got to step it up. Al Horford was ready for you, and y'all wasn't ready for him. Marcus Smart, 18, 5, and 4. Late in the fourth quarter, big buckets. Tatum's numbers 12, 5, and 13. 12, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists. So he got a double-double. Affected the game by his assists, but he was a loss offensively. He was a loss. Let's go. The Warriors, 3-point shooting. 19 for 45. 42%. Less than 50%. Okay. Draymond Green, 4 points, 11 boards, and 5 assists. Abysmal. 4 points. You need 10 more, bro. If y'all want to win, you need 10 more. And you need 5 more assists. That's your fault. You the orchestrator. You got to set these guys up better, and you know that. Draymond, in 38 minutes, Green needs to score an average of 15 points, 10 boards, and 10 assists for a guaranteed championship, for a guaranteed win. This is my assessment and my opinion. Look at all the games Draymond scores more than 11 points or more. Most times, they're victorious. Why has Draymond regressed offensively with the team? Why is his role so regressed? And then we're so used to it and accept it. 38 minutes, 4 points. I guess we should rave about 11 boards. 4 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. Nah, Draymond, you got to be better, brother. I need that seasoned vet. You know what you got to do. Wiggins in 35 minutes, and we'll talk about Wiggins a little more. 20 points, 5 boards, 0 assists. Looney, 4 points. So between Draymond 4 and Looney's 4, I believe Williams had 8 by himself. So he outplayed both of these guys. They may have out-rebounded him, but he still outplayed both these guys. Or he played up to the par of 2 of these guys, the big men. So salute to Williams. I don't have his numbers here. He didn't have a really good game. I believe he only had 8 points, 6 boards or 7 boards or something like that. But he still outplayed these guys. Okay? Klay Thompson, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Klay Thompson was off. He played 39 minutes. He had 10 points going into the fourth quarter, or 8 points going into the fourth quarter. Come on, come on, come on. Through that whole run, he didn't really hit anything. Curry, like I said, 21 first quarter points, 13 for the rest of the game. Y'all tell me if he had a good game or not. 21 first quarter points, and they go into the half down 2. So I let you know how good they were playing as a team. Now I got a saying for all you Golden State Warriors coaches out there and players, and live by the 3-point shot, die by the 3-point shot. And you Celtics, and the Celtics counterpunch and outshoot their opponents, the underdog Warriors. Wow. Outshoot them. That's what I'm wowing. Supposed to be the best shooters. My son is going crazy. He was raving about, they the best shooters, they're the best shooters. He learned a serious lesson. The Warriors don't lose on their floor, usually. They don't. This was probably one of the first times they lost on their floor, especially opening a series. I look to see some desperation and some ambition in the Warriors for the first time since I think the Grizzlies series. The Grizzlies series they was playing. After those big fouls, they was being physical. They got serious in that series. So I think we'll see a sense of urgency behind them in Game 2 on their floor. I'm sure Steve Kerr will come in with a game plan to get some of these other guys some burn. Kuminga only had like a minute. He didn't really get to play. You got to play these guys. They played Iguodala, though. He had like 7, 8. I don't know about that. Yeah, he's the vet. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 48-18 fourth quarter output. Celtics 48 points. Warriors only 18 points in the fourth quarter. Boo. 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 And even after this spectacle, I still believe it's a misconception that the Boston Celtics are the favorite team. Even if that they prove they can win, they still shouldn't be the favorite team. That favorite team goes to the three-time champions over there. Even if they get embarrassed, they should be favored. So you better watch it, because yesterday's game is going to have y'all second guessing y'all pockets and y'all money, and watch the game within the game. That's what you bet on. The game within the game. Now, even after this spectacle, I said that, Celtics showed last night, as they have shown all playoffs, that the team aspect, the better team, has a very high ceiling. They have a high ceiling as a team. Based off the player fluid chemistry with each other, playing both ways on the court. All of them. Every position plays both ways on the court, and I like that. Any two players can relieve the others. Their adversity and seasoned veteranism and lack of young rookie players on their team. They got a youthful team, but most of them with everyone playing 2 to 3 seasons or more. So even the young guys been in the league a couple of years. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of youth. They have nice little mixture of veterans there. Some young veterans and some older veterans. You know what I mean? Boston has pretty good ceiling with those 2 superstars that they invested in 4 or 5 years ago. You know? So they just coming into fruition at the right time. With LeBron out, they could get their own shine. With KD out, they could get their own, try to get their own shine. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's it. Let me see. No, it isn't. So with everyone playing 2 or 3 seasons within the league, Boston's emphasis on defense may be the difference in the culture, just being different in Boston. What I mean by that, let's unpack what I mean by that. Boston, the Birds, 11 champions for Bill Russell, all of that. Like, that culture, it'll always be their culture, but they're known as a 3-point shooting team. They used to be known as a fighting team when they fought with Detroit Pistons, and then Paul Pierce and those guys come, and they become a little defensive team, but they still was a shooting team, you know what I mean? Paul Pierce hitting threes, last minute shots, you know what I mean? Leaving the game and coming back and winning the game and things like that. But Yuta Udoka has installed some toughness in them that I haven't seen since KG. KG, that's what I'll say. He installed toughness, a sense of pride, and a will to win. It's just radiating out of every player. It's radiating off this team. And to Udoka's credit, the team is playing with an unshaken confidence. It's made me, who I've been watching the whole playoffs, and I watched Boston. I didn't think they would get here. They played well. They had some close ones. It could have went either way. You know what I mean? So I don't think they're a lock. You know what I mean? But they've gotten through that adversity is what I mean. And their toughness is radiating off of them. And it's made me look at them a little deeper, pause, a little deeper fashion, like as I watch the game within the team. You know, the game within the game, how they address the game within the game. That's, I'm really watching them now. And they could do it. They won the first one, they could do it. They got a victory now. They can't say they can't do it. But what we're going to see now is how quick they hit their ceiling. Now, their ceiling is pretty high. So I want to see how quick and how many games it'll take them to hit that ceiling. And the Warriors probably will push them to it. Okay? Jaylen Brown has been a silent assassin all playoffs, outscoring everyone in the NBA in the fourth quarter. As J.J. Redick said this morning, that's something I took notice of prior to Redick saying it. But thank you for saying it. I wasn't sure. He kind of confirmed it for me. But in me watching Boston, Jaylen Brown's been consistent. 8 points here, 8 points there. By the end of the game, he's 28, 30 points, 24 points, 26 points. Every game, 30 points, 35 points. Every game. Yeah, he hasn't taken over games. He's been a little silent assassin, hitting a lot of three-pointers, scoring the most points in the fourth quarter throughout the playoffs, more than anybody else. The silent assassin. That's what I mean by the silent assassin. Still, he's been in Tatum's shadow. Medium seems to want to eclipse Tatum's superstardom, equal to Giannis, LeBron, Kevin Durant, etc. As if Jaylen Brown hasn't been the flashing, dishing, and swishing consistently all year long. Be careful. Be careful. Jaylen last night looked like he could be playing for a finals MVP. Be careful, media. I know y'all want Tatum to get it, but be careful. Watch out for Derek White as well. That was game one. I want to see how he responds in game two. But if he could keep up that consistent play, watch out. He played magnificent, was a plus 25 off the bench, hitting a lot of three-point shots at an intricate moment in the game. Did not allow, his scoring was so pivotal, he didn't allow the Celtics to balloon their lead. And he helped with the Celtics comeback, not allowing the lead to balloon in the third quarter when they had the 15-point lead. Oh yeah, they tried to extend it, and he kept coming back down, hitting the three. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Jaylen Brown. Watch out for Jaylen Brown. But salute to them. That's your teammate. Y'all play together, and y'all get it done. Get it done. That's all I'm saying. Let them get it done. I know y'all giving y'all assessments and your predictions, but let them get it done. Y'all eclipsing these guys with crowns and helmet, and because other guys ain't here today, we forget LeBron was 9 straight. 9 straight. Okay? He went to 9 straight, got 4 trips. You know what I mean? Like, KD, how many straight? Exactly. So when you say, is KD better than LeBron? I think that argument is easy. Is he a better shooter, but all-around player? Leadership, all of that? Heck no. Heck no. I'm sorry. Might be a better shooter, better free throw shooter, better shooter from three-point land. But when it comes to getting it popping, who's being related to Jordan right now? It ain't KD. Curry get more shine toward Jordan than KD do. Deservingly too, though. He's the only one that came, the next one that came closest to getting to a three-peat. And he's been in the finals 6-7 years. Like, come on. So same thing. You know what I mean? But all the disrespect to KD, guys, it's just ironic. I guess it's just fodder. It's just fodder to be spoke about. You know what I mean? Because y'all actually went back mad years. Rekindled a beef from mad years ago. They lost mad years ago. There's been other champions since then. And we're talking about KD because he's not in it right now. Oh, and because the Warriors in Boston is. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, let them do their thing. Can KD get a team? Everybody say, oh, KD didn't go back yet, right? Does KD have a team? Like LeBron and them? Did KD have a team? Is KD healthy? Like, we gotta mention these things, man. 1 year he was hurt, blew out his knee, took a year and a half off, came back and still almost took a team to semifinals. Like, you understand? Like, and he did it on his back. So yeah, he could be a leader. He's a leader. He can play. But when you compare him to LeBron with all the the stops LeBron had to do and how many times he went back and failed. And yeah, we hurt LeBron because he failed, but at least he was there. You know, but yeah, I'm your host, Bang. This is BANGnACES, live and direct sport commentary. And this is the post-game reaction to the Boston Celtics Game 1 victory and shellacking in the fourth quarter of the Warriors. Everybody's like, woke up this morning like this, went to sleep. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Might bite your tongue. Fly in. Close your mouth. Don't keep it open. Stop playing and act like this is the finals. And step on your opponent's throats. Stop playing and act like this is the finals. And step on your opponent's throats.